be doing a short mini series on how to mod Forza and get your Assetto cars into Forza. It doesn't really even have to be Assetto cars. It could be really any model that you want. I'm going to be doing a short mini series on how to do this, and I know a lot of people had questions. It's a new game. We got new tools out. You're going to want a couple of different softwares. You need ForzaTech Studio. It's going to be the big one. It's going to be like your modding hub for Forza. You have your 3D viewer, your Modelbin creator for actually turning OBJs into Modelbins. You're going to need Blender, and you're going to need a converter for content manager for Assetto cars specifically. So yeah, let's get into it. So once you find the model that you want to use, I'm going to go with this E46. Just want to download it. Alright, so once that has downloaded, what you want to do is open up your cracked content manager, which I will provide a link for. So we're going to go to Forza modding tools. This is my cracked content manager right here. I'm going to open that up, go to our downloads, drag this over here, and what you can do is, since it's in the 7Z format, I have to open this up and just drag this right into content manager. Click this button up here, click install. It's going to install the car. So once that's installed, what you can do is you can go look for the car, E46. You want to click this button right here. It's going to open up the showroom, and this is the model that we just downloaded. So what you want to do is click this Extract Decrypted KN5 button and click yes. It's going to create a decrypted version of the KN5. So what we want to do now is we can close out of Content Manager, leave this folder open, we can close out all of this, and then what we can do is open up a second file explorer. I have a KN5 to OBJ converter that I can provide a download link for you guys. We're gonna go to our, like I said, we need to try to be as organized as possible to help you guys out. So I have a folder dedicated to converting KN5s. So this is just going to be called OGP E46. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this decrypted KN5 into that folder, and then also take the converter and drag it into that folder. And then I will drag this KN5 file onto the converter. Command prompt's going to pop up. It's going to export all of the editable files. So after you have converted that to OBJ, what you can do is go to your Forza Horizon 6. We can go to our media and cars, and what we need to do is find the car that we are currently trying to mod. So for me, it is the E46 M3. So I'm going to copy this, go to Forza modding, models, vehicles. This is just how I organize myself. I'm going to create a new folder called E46 M3, and I'm going to create two folders in here, one called modded and another one called original, and I'm going to paste this into both. So once you paste that into both, what you're going to do is extract with 7-zip on both. So extract 7-zip. And then we can move over to ForzaTech Studio. So I'm going to open up ForzaTech Studio. And then I'm going to go to 3D Viewer. And I'm going to click open folder. Go over to that folder. It's going to be right here. Open up one of them. It doesn't really matter for this this step since they're both technically originals. I'm just going to open up the original though, and then I'm going to select the folder. this is going to be the entire car in the game. So what you want to do is click Export OBJ Scene. And we are going to go back to that folder. So Forza Vehicles, E46 M3, and I'm going to create a new folder called OBJs. And I'm going to name this E46 Raw. So it extracted or exported the meshes. So it's going to be right here. Next step is go to Blender. So once Blender is opened, you want to delete this stuff, and we can drag in our, I'm going to rename this to Forza model real quick. So we're going to drag in our E46 raw OBJ. This is going to be our Forza model ready to edit. The way Forza does their LODs is LOD 0 through 5. So you only want to ever edit LOD 0. So just for this step really isn't necessary for what we're doing right now. But for future, you just always want to make sure you're only editing LOD 0. So we're going to search LOD 1. We're going to highlight all of them. And we are going to click delete. LOD 2. Highlight all of them. Click delete. And just keep doing that for all LODs other than LOD 0. So 3, delete. LOD 4. LOD 5. Alright, so now we're just left with LOD 0. We're also going to search for shadow and delete all the shadows. And then you're going to have one more file you need to delete called unnamed. I'm going to delete that as well. Now this is how the car should show up. For just to make it easier on the eyes, I'm going to delete all this stuff because we're not going to be touching that. I'm going to delete that spoiler. This body kit we're going to delete. These over fenders, that front bumper. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Right there. There we go. So we're left with the stock body once we delete the stuff. Now the next step is to create a new collection. I'm going to name this Assetto model. And the whole reason we're doing this is just to line up the body panels, just to make sure everything lines up correctly once we actually import the model into Forza. So we're going to go over to our KN5 section, and we're going to find that E46, and we're going to import the OBJ file right here. And as you can see, the body panels are not lined up properly. So what we want to do is make sure we just line this up properly. So I'm going to click G and then Z, and then just lower this down until they look like they're about right, and then G and then Y, and just bring it back a little bit. And we can go down a little bit more. So about there. And then let me see if we hide this. We can see that more or less it's lined up pretty much how we want it. We can bring it forward out just a tad. And now we can see that it's lined up pretty well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So once you think you have everything lined up properly, what you can do then is hide the Forza model. You can find the part that you want to take off the car, and you can click the car, go into edit mode, and then press 3 for face select. And then what we can do is, for this instance, we're going to be doing the front bumper. So what we can do is highlight with L the front bumper. So we're going to click L on the front bumper and it's going to highlight orange. And then you see all these black lines. We're going to press 2 for line select and just make sure that we press L again on all those. And now basically everything is selected. So what we can do now is press, well, it looks like we have a little bit left under here. So we can press L on that. L right here. Alright, so once that's all highlighted, we can press P and then go to the selection. And now, as you can see, we have the front bumper. So once you have the front bumper, what you can do is go File, Export, OBJ. Make sure selection only is ticked. And then what we can do is go back to our Forza modding folder. Models, E46, wherever it is, there it is. OBJs, and we can call this front bumper. Alright, so after you have exported the OBJ, you can minimize Blender. You can go into ForzaTech Studio. At this part, I would click the front bumper. It could be really any body panel, but I usually do it on the one I'm editing. So I'll go front bumper, I'll click it, scroll down on this menu, and then go to materials, and make sure car_paint is showing, or it could be named car paint with a capital P, no underscore. So just look for car paint, and we can save to JSON. And what we want to do is make another folder in here called JSONs. We can save this JSON. Alright, so next step would be our Modelbin creator. We're going to go to Forza Horizon 6, browse for that file that we just extracted from Blender. So it's going to be here, right here. Click next. We're going to find the mesh right here. This is where we select the JSON that we just exported. So we're going to import the car paint JSON. Click next, make sure it's selected, save it, and we're going to make another folder in here called Modelbin. Alright, we can save it there. Now what you want to do is go back to the 3D viewer, and you want to look for the name of the front bumper that you want to replace. So for me, it's going to be, what I can do is hide all of these, and I can go bumper F. So bumper F_A is the one I'm going to replace. So what I'm going to do is go to, here I'll open up 2. So what I'm going to do is open up 2 of these, go to Forza modding over here, copy the path there just so it's quick, and I'm going to go into the modded section, go into the modded car, scene, exterior, bumper front, and then I'm going to go to the E46 over here, and I'm going to go to model bins. So what you're going to do is you're going to find bumper F_A. You're going to copy this name, and you are going to rename the model bin you've just created to that name. You're then going to drag it into here and replace. Another thing you can do if you want to save it is you can just copy it. You can press right click and copy, and you can paste it in here. Now it's showing up in our E46 folder. What you want to do now is test fit how it will look in game in FTS. So we can copy this file path, go to open folder, paste the file path, and then we can select the folder. And now if we click on the bumpers, you can see that our bumper that we just imported is right here. The grills are still going to show up, so what we're going to want to do is click on the grills, can set the, here, let me click here and here. We're going to set the scales to 0. So 0, 0, 0. Same thing for this grill, 0, 0, 0. Fog lights we probably don't want to show up, so we can zero those out as well. Alright, so that looks pretty good. We're going to save it. Everything's lined up pretty well. Happy with the fitment. I'm gonna save all. Just make sure. I usually click save all twice just to make sure. So once you have test fitted everything in here and made sure it fits well and everything looks right, what we can now do is go to Carbin editor. We can open. We're gonna look for the modded. We're gonna look for the .carbin. So it's gonna be in your main folder right here. We're gonna go to .carbin. We edited a front bumper, so we gotta go to upgrades, front bumper. We edited bumper F_A, so you want to right click it, edit AO path, and then we want to null the AO so that no weird lines and black shaders will show up on the new bumper. So we want to make it swash ban instead of swash bin. So we replace the I with an A, click update, and then what you can do is go to material indices, click this button right here, and just locate the new front bumper that you just made. So it's going to be exterior bumper, bumper A. And then the material indices will change to just car paint. So we can now save. Once you're done with that part, you can go back to the modded folder and you can highlight everything. Right click, go to 7-zip, add to archive. Make sure your settings look like this. I've never touched anything, but maybe it might be different for you. And you should get a zip. This is what you'll drag into your game. If you have WinRAR, you can highlight everything, go to WinRAR, add to archive, and then click zip. Click OK, and you're going to get the same thing. So now what we can do is go to our Forza Horizon 6 folder, Media PC, Cars, and we can just drag this right in. Alright, so I just loaded in, and as you can see, the front bumper is showing up, and all the stuff that we deleted is also gone. So yeah, that's more or less like just a quick and easy guide on how to get your Assetto models in. It doesn't really take a lot. It's pretty easy. You know, stuff can get pretty advanced as you move forward with your, modding, but I'll probably come out with more tutorials later on just more advanced stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching, and stay tuned.